Hello everyone and welcome back to Masters of Command. As my game of the year 2025 just got a big new patch that made it even better, and I played it over 100 hours over the winter, but in the end it became a bit stale because of the biggest issue that the AI felt quite samey, and that biggest issue now got tackled massively in this patch, plus the pacing of the game and the samey feeling in the different acts has been tackled a good bit as well, and battles have been slowed down to a more slow pace, a bit more similar to a Total War, for example, so that the battles, or the old Total Wars especially, but the new ones are really fast as well, where morale does not shatter instantaneously in melee combat, and volleys are still brutal, but not quite as deadly, especially on long ranges as they have been before. But yeah, the AI overhaul is the biggest change, with 9 different stances that AI armies can have, and in which they will fight. There are a lot of other changes, especially to Act 3 on the campaign map as well, and there are a lot of different buffs and so on to the different units, so some new maps as well. There is a lot of stuff here, a lot of item changes and so on. So it will feel like a really improved game version here. And we are going to go in with some of the British forces here. So not with their main, but with their German subsidy forces here instead. The Hessians here with the blue coats, as I'm quite interested in this one. It's an I love to item spam my units, so having cheaper item slots there sounds great. And reservist costed settlements can be annoying, but if we try to play around it, I believe this is something that we can deal with. We will go with Brigadier difficulty level, as I don't want to go for the hardest with all the changes. I believe the game has become more challenging as is, as you can't exploit it as much with just breaking the enemy's morale every single time. So testing it out here on a harder difficulty makes sense in my eyes. And yeah, let's have a look here how far we can make it into the campaign. Regiment accuracy is interesting. I like the target training one. Prison conscript efficiency plus 6% is interesting as well for our, like, that would basically completely make our debuff here irrelevant, but the minus 5% morale is a rough one as well. And Officer Corps is an interesting one as well. Royal Horse Guard, Bavarian Foot Guard, or Horse Grenadier Guard. All of them interesting. Here we need to secure reinforce outposts and secure battlefields. I'm not happy with any of them, so I'm actually gonna re-roll here. Ooh. Country morale sounds interesting for us. Secure encampments and convoys for +3 veterans when recruited, but higher recruitment cost. And lower recruitment cost, but lower replenishment speed is tough as well. Here we get some artillery. Sieging 3 forts is not going to be easy. Entering 5 settlements is going to be easy. And having better infantry morale, I believe, is going to be a big part for us here. We could actually reroll another time here, but I believe we go with this. And we're gonna try to occupy Saxony. Being out of Hesse and Hanover. We take over Saxony here from the west. Okay. We have a heavy suckle bayonet. Okay, these two guys already have good bayonets, but heavy suckle bayonets on grenadiers makes sense. We want these guys to be decently fast. Want them to have charge. We could just already use our... give them lower fire damage received as well. This still has an impact on the accuracy and reload. Do we just leave them without bayonets in this case? I believe we do. Like, especially this one does not really add anything, and it... in the reload time and accuracy is not... debuff is not that big, but... if we keep them like this, and then... these guys, these items. mean, yeah, we don't want these guys to be in melee in the first place. They are actually decently fine in melee compared to reservists, these Jaegers. We'll have to see before we get into the battle what we're up against. And we want to go for the reservists because reservists are extra pricey for us. So let's see what we have to face here. Yeah, there are a decent amount of forts around. Yeah, we just need to enter settlements next to that. We are up against 3 recruits and Saxon Chevaliers. Their fire by rank is enabled for all infantry. Whoa, okay. So yeah, the changes of the doctrines also have some other impacts. Plus 20 melee damage received. Lower ammunition consumption. Volley fire. Yeah, this means that these guys have to move in there for the melee quite quickly. This kind of means we want to give you the bayonets as well, because if need be, we need you in the melee as well. Because fire by rank is an insanely strong fire like volley buff, so that even those reservists become somewhat dangerous that way. I believe we want to fight them. No, we want to fight them along here. And then have them fire 1 volley and then attack them between 2 volleys fired with the charge. The question is, do we charge them with our Hessian musketeers as well? I believe so. So yeah, these army traits really change how you approach the enemy army by a significant amount as well. Like, if they wouldn't have that, we would just sit back and fire, but we have to take that really seriously. We have grenades as well. So we're just gonna try to overwhelm one of the Saxon recruits with that. Just stun them down. Ah, too late. Okay. Wait. What? Didn't get any kills there? Did we just create a bug situation there? Now they're firing by rank is annoying. The reload is pretty long, so we can use 1 more salvo. And charge into this recruit. So that we get them before they can reload. Break the first Saxon recruit here. Want to use our cover bonus. We want to break this so that it at least cannot come back. I believe we move these guys into position again. Okay. Okay, that was a decent salvo fire. Well, guys here are suffering a bit. We have them now low enough. Nearly okay. Slightly more damage necessary. The salvo into the Chevaliers was good. That grenade salvo is not perfect. Okay, it's actually pretty bad. But our melee charge should do it here afterwards. You're still doing fine here. Okay, they're not hitting you well. That is big. That you get around to actually deal some damage to these guys so that they don't regain their morale. Pretty big as well. Keeping their morale slightly below being able to return. That's the case now for these guys as well. So that we can just shoot these guys down with salvo fire. The Jaegers here behind cover doing a decent job. Used up a lot of ammunition. Our musketeers here. They're not using volley fire, right? Devastating volley. Time to charge. And break them. Nice! Solid first settled battle here. Hopefully gaining us some decent items as well. Gonna have to go with the recruits here, because we'll need conscripts. Okay, that's decent items here. Assisting our infantry in a good way. This is accuracy and reload, right? Yeah. These guys can use the reload speed here. Better accuracy is nice as well. Manpower, we have the ammunition. Ebenheit not giving us quite what we want. We would like to buy ammunition here. Would like to buy one more unit as well. Subsidy Provincial Cavalry. Can you become? You can become Hanoverian and Hessian Cavalry. Both not great cavalry, but having cavalry early usually is quite nice. Break flanks and so on. At least have one little item for them as well by now. Is quite pricey. Don't believe artillery is what we want right now. I believe we go with the cavalry. This to them. Maybe we can afford one more thing for them. Some good horses would be nice. Yes, we sell this, we can give them good horses. Okay. No sabers just yet, but good horses. A good bit better melee, like from 18 to 26, that's a massive percentage-wise jump. Plus, yeah, better movement speed. Like, that leader is a good cavalry leader. That gets us decently well set up here. I believe we keep the rifles. And we have to see if we maybe can take that fort on already. Okay, this is nice. Reservists for the delay of 1 week. I believe we do so. Okay, we get some swords. That is really nice as well. Then the Tula musket could be interesting here, because this is good melee. Or great melee, even. Yeah, this is a pretty significant jump up in the melee capabilities of these guys. Now we have 2 muskets, but we need this. The supplies are a bit cheaper here. Can't afford anything here right now, but this is okay. Reloading ammunition is more important right now. There is another supply cache down here. There's another similar battle to the one we just fought. No, that's a battle we can take. Saxa Doctrine. Officer command radius, but also higher officer death chance. So we want to focus these Württemberg Feldjägers that have the officer inside. Break the morale. That is something that we should be able to do. And yeah, really, these make it a lot more interesting. This battle we will approach like somewhat similar, because we still want to crush into them, but now the focus is about getting that one unit and so on. This is a really cool upgrade to the already strong formula of this game. The Jägers of ours, the Jägers moving on. And we should have taken out the bayonets for them now. But yeah, the cavalry of ours is going to try to hunt these guys down. This is a defensive doctrine? No, aggressive. Likely to be aggressive. It may defend if it has a slight artillery advantage. It does not have an artillery advantage. So yeah, the morale of this force is pretty high. We need to kill their officers. Otherwise, they're just not gonna break. Get you into a formation where you can move a bit faster. They're advancing onto us. They have dual muskets, which do have more range, right? No. 125 range as well. On par with our Potsdams. And our plus. Württemberg musketeers advancing behind it. Not optimal in this forest, but okay. They are pushing into us here. This is big. We're crushing into them nicely. Our cavalry should be able to do the job there. Yeah, this infantry is not great. Let's throw your grenades, everybody. Was actually not all that impactful. I mean, pushing away the officer already is good enough. Just need to get them out of the radius, but yeah, we get the kill there in the end. Once we have fired that salvo, we will push in for the kill. And break that formation. Then we can focus on the Imperial troops over here. Cavalry coming from the side. Is getting to them. But so Subsidy Cavalry is getting good kills here. General doing his job to keeping these guys busy. Getting some more kills there. Nice. Keep them busy. Our melee reduced to rebel. Seminar regeneration will be more important now as well, I feel like. If the battle's going a bit longer. Like, it was already pretty important, especially with cavalry armies before, but now it will be really key. These guys currently are lately inefficient. Okay, let's not waste our ammo on these guys. Charge should do it. Yeah. And we once more need to take... Like, we kind of always want to take the reservists from them. The other things are nice as well, I believe. We didn't take that many casualties. We might take that next battle. Actually, might want to go for provision and morale this time. And experience. Getting our guys closer to leveling up. That's already max level here. This is cool as well. You guys, yeah, this is nice too. Okay. Ammunition is a problem. Hessian musketeers can become Hessian. No, wait. Oh, they can become subsidy Jaegers now. No, we don't want to do that. We already have some subsidy Jaegers. That absolutely not want to go there again. Okay. Facing another weak detachment of enemy Brownland recruits. Once more with the pirate rank. Okay. So, basically strategy the same as in the first battle. Trying to survive the first salvo behind cover and then charging in. If the map allows for it, which it should. It should. Yeah, we're just gonna stay here. Come on. Okay. Let me do that. Then we're gonna do it here. Guys around as well. Subsidy Jaegers can stay around. It's an aggressive AI, so they will come for us. And play around that. Like, we haven't faced any defensive AIs yet. So, for now, still relatively similar. Like, the AI was pretty aggressive in the baseline setting that it had before. Like, it always marched on you, basically. Unless it had a massive artillery advantage, but even then it started to advance towards you. Yeah, these guys want to get behind cover now as well. The enemy is actually charging us like this. Farmland recruits. You want to hide behind cover. Enemy is getting into range to get us here. Okay, enemy is in the wrong reload. So after our next salvo, we're gonna charge them. Could have waited one more time here as well. Enemy melee damage received here is big in these fights as well. That is a bit annoying. But we might be able to break them before the other guys come back. Yeah. I really need some stamina for the Subsidy Provincial Cavalry. They have a massive stamina issue at the moment. But yeah, we're breaking them now. So we get some more items here. And get a bit of money. Reservists gonna save us a good amount of stuff as well. Light bayonets are interesting. And yeah, we're gonna go with the recruits here. Absolutely. Ooh, officer upgraded as well. Stamina and veterancy gain is massive here. Like we just talked about that we needed better stamina for these guys. Okay. This is an item that we want to give them as well, but next to a stamina item. Giving you light bayonets makes sense. Yeah, you're still not high enough upgraded. Really care about this. Okay, we're gonna have a look at what we get at Bautzen. Where are the other forts? There's one more there, and then there's a couple over there. Okay. We're gonna go east afterwards. Oh, okay. That's a big army. Just appeared behind us there. Can we recruit anything in this town? And still fit it in? Or we just go with high quality force? Like, we want to take that fight. Morale damage received. The movement speed. Ooh. This is big. Getting good bayonets is not something that you get easily. We would need 1025 to be able to port this and get a unit inside. We're at 800. Still need ammunition as well. Even if we take away the ammunition from these guys. Or do we? In that case we're fine. $1,028 would cost us most of the items that we want to use. Yeah, 25. Yeah, we could get there. We can't buy anything else here right now, but we could take the next... We could take the recruits and then after the fight get around, get them. I believe we're actually gonna do this after all. Give you decent muskets. Do the light sockle bayonet. Damage received here is nice. Cover effectiveness and melee is nice on you guys as well. I'll put you in with the breastplates. So it reduces your stamina, but that is okay right now, especially thanks to the officer bonus. Okay. I want to have our army at nearly full strength at least. Okay. Good amount of recruits. This one is unlikely to be aggressive. May defend even without an artillery advantage. It has a lot of cover bonus. Takes more fire damage. But also has a command reduce combat effectiveness bonus. So this is another one where we want to snipe the two commanders. One is the Hussars, one is the Austrian Fusiliers. No, Australians here. So this one will be interesting. A lot of recruits. They take more fire damage. Yeah, the cavalry not having ammunition. I was like scared there for a second with what unit that was. Okay. This is one of the river maps. We still want to get into melee. We especially don't want them in cover. They will give us time to march onto them, so they'll have a look on how that looks. They likely might just defend in that hamlet. Or they just stay where they are. Okay. In that case, if we want to advance against them from the north. That's where the officer is at. Yeah. The other officer is in these hussars. Oh no, they have basket hill swords. Okay, so these guys actually are pretty good in melee. The rifles next to that. Okay. They advance a bit to these cover positions. Cover efficiency of theirs going up quite high. They're still advancing a bit onto us here now. But that is okay, because that means that they're losing their cover bonus. And that they're advancing into the range of our bad boys. Okay. The Austrians are decent at melee, but not amazing. Wait, are these Crownland recruits just charging us? No. Okay. Okay, we need to charge on one side here. I want to keep our cavalry ready here on this flank. To assist, yeah. Well, frontal charge is not amazing. But dealing with both of the officers would be. The Hungarian Hussars just not taking any damage there. Okay. Okay, now the Hungarian Hussars are taking significant damage. What's their next cavalry commander? No, why? Nah. Not where we wanted them to go. Our grenadiers are in a bit of trouble here. Get them out of there. Provincial cavalry is doing fine. Next Hungarian force has been stopped. You need to stop them from regaining their morale. Can you get another salvo in there? Would be big. The enemy officer has regained the morale there, so the cavalry will return. We need to be ready for the hussars. Provincial cavalry. Okay. You need to regain your stamina. Enemy infantry lost theirs over here. Subsidies recruits. Shit. General in trouble. Get him out of there. Okay. Might have to go in there in a second again. Musketeers here are still doing okay. Yeah, these guys are wavering. Okay. Hungarian hussars are running out of melee combat. But we want to make sure that they don't kill our officer there. So the subsidy cavalry... No! Yeah, just as I said that, disaster strikes and everything runs now. Oh, that's a shameful display. Shameful display. No. This is a massive issue. Obviously our officer dies right in that moment. They're so close to running. Okay, the Hungarians run. Fuck, those Crownland recruits have good weapons. Everything shattered with those officers of ours getting killed. Don't let them get another salvo into us. Here. Retreat into this hamlet. The rest of the units should not return either. So we just need to regain a bit of morale with these guys. And a bit of stamina if possible as well. And beat them. Okay, this is suboptimal. But not the end of the world either. At least have good cover here. No, what? What just happened? Why did they... What? I have no idea what happened there. I mean, the defeat is not the end of the world here. But it's pretty bad. Yeah, they're... Losing the officer here is pretty bad. Didn't get any money. Yeah, we cannot do anything in Bautzen just yet. Just want to fight that army again with slightly regained strength. Maybe the outpost here has something to offer. We can't do this just yet. Yeah, this is a problem. Let's see if we can do it this time around. Oh, that we lost that off. Our officer just died in that moment. I maybe should have changed it to the musketeer formation instead of the grenadiers, because the grenadiers are always in the heat of battle. Okay. I mean, their formations are heavily reduced. The units especially. So we should be able... They're still marching towards us here right now. To some degree. We have a bit of an ammunition problem. The Brunswick Grenadiers have a manpower issue as well. Still need to break these guys. Still needs to be our first priority here. Groundland recruits are not an issue. Okay. We're gonna get another sub out against us. Have to take that. No. Not from that angle, actually. Get some flanking damage in against them. Austrian Fusiliers from the side. You guys are out of ammo. Beautiful. I should have changed something about that. Especially as you don't have any melee. And now Grenadiers are about to break here. You guys are out of ammo as well. Beautiful. Subsidy recruits are still doing fine. Cannot afford to hunt these guys down to Kingdom Come, so just have to hope that this is good enough. Our general needs to move around here. Yeah, no officer is the problem. Hungarian hussars are a problem as well. You guys are pretty useless now. We need to send you in. Even though you're not great at this. Okay, I know you're actually terrible at this. Need to get you out. Can't afford our subsidy cavalry to break here. We need to charge in before that happens. We can't hunt those Hungarians down, they're too fast. Are we winning this fight at least? Yes, we do. So not on the stamina side of things. And you need to rescue these guys once more. Okay. That leaves you down in the stamina department though. Yeah, you have a stamina issue as well. The Grenadiers this time around just gonna run. Can we push the Hungarian Hussars over the edge? Yes, we can. But they're gonna come back again as well. Ah, this is shameful display. You need to recover. You need to assist here so that we at least break those guys. Those ground land recruits just aren't breaking. Okay. Yeah, this is a real issue now. You guys are still not in good stamina. Okay. They even have rifles. That's a real problem. Okay, the other cavalry did not return. So it's only this one, but it's going to break our cavalry, and our cavalry is not returning. Fuck. Now our leader has to get the hell out of there. No, 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 no. Come on. Run out of there. Shit. You're out of ammo now as well. You don't have anything to offer. Okay, we're winning that fight. Okay. So we're winning the fight in total. Are we? You actually just retreated. Okay. Is it a similar situation now to what we had last fight? These guys have to regain their stamina before we're gonna send them into any fight. He has regained their stamina. What? What is this? Where does this morale break come from? I don't get it. Where is that morale break coming from? We don't have a lot of manpower to regain. We don't have any ammo to regain. Okay, we need to return to Bautzen. We have some money now, so we can afford some ammo. Need to afford more ammo. We can't afford manpower. Any item here that we maybe could sell that could give us... This does give us a good amount of money, doesn't it? This way around... no, we could have saved on the ammo, but yeah, we need the manpower. Actually fight that stupid army this time around. Okay. And finish them off for good. Okay. Third time is the charm. So yeah, that is not a good start into the campaign. Losing against this same army twice. At least we didn't lose any units yet. And now we have at least ammo again to afford shooting at them. And their army now is in bad shape. Yeah, the hussars are pretty low. The Fusiliers are pretty low as well, so they should be easy to break this time around. So I guess that also lowers the amount of stuff we get out of them. We'll have to see. Brunswick Grenadiers. The Jaegers. Our cavalry is in good shape. I want to pressure the right side actually. kill their hussars this time a bit quicker. This is a frustrating one, but also shows you that you might be able... Like, we'll have to see how this campaign goes in the long run. But yeah, I'm not quite sure if there's just a timer if you run away that you lose morale, or if it was because some of our units like fully retreated. I'm not quite sure what created those two shocks both of the times. Okay, decent fire there. Get us another salvo there. Decent kills with the grenades. You guys. Okay. How good is their melee? Their melee is pretty solid. These guys have bad melee. Should be able to push these guys back. Once more, not in the form that I wanted though. Okay, let's charge them from the rear. So they can fire. Should get us what we want here against these Austrians. These guys are doing a great job. We're winning against these groundland recruits as well. Wait, no, they're going to recover again. They're just too fast. Their horses there. They're not killing the officers. Officer, need you here. Sir, charge in, please. Okay. This should be it this time. Okay. Not lose these guys. Ah, shit. That was a mistake. $500 kills from you guys, that's good. We are breaking this guy Slowly but surely. This one we're just gonna break with fire. Oh no, just charge them with these guys. Okay, finally. Yeah, not the best start into the campaign, but we have not lost a unit. That is the big part here. We have not lost a unit. We absolutely need this. Yeah, that was not a lot of items and not a lot of money. Not a lot of recruits either. This was not worth. Okay. Do we have some officers? Yes, we have some officers that we can recruit. Yeah, this is okay. Guys, this subsidy land milites. I believe we want you to be some normal infantry boys. We have neither of these two things. Would like to give you guys some charge, but first we need this. Poor range. Only 5 range less, but better accuracy. Melee wise, it is better than the Potsdams that just don't give any charge, so you guys this. Mm, 26 money. We need some ammunition again. Have an ammunition problem here again. No. I don't want to get you guys the lands or the thing as well, but let's march on and see where we get to go here. Alright, no, we all have the recruits we need. Okay, Stolpen. Don't necessarily need supplies here. Can't afford this now. You guys some charge. That is too big of an army right now. That's still replenishing. And the replenishment rate minus 25% isn't a real issue right now. These guys still need to get back up to full strength. Cannot buy. Oh, I would love to get that polished sword. See if the slum has anything to offer. All villages revealed. Not something we need right now. Okay, they stopped chasing us here. Interesting. Okay, we can afford the ammunition that we needed now. We can afford to make this a good cavalry regiment now. Now we have a replenishment that actually might allow us to eat that army. With 2 officers. This actually should be our officer formation. Oh! Hessian veteran musketeers is where we want you to be. Okay. They are still recovering. Subsidy land milites. All of this is quite nice. We get one more replenishment. No, we cannot, but this should be mostly recruits. Okay, so this is the first fight for the next battle, for the next one. Really haven't gotten as far as hoped so far. It was a lot more running than usual. Yeah, a tough one. I really like the new changes though, and we will have a new doctrine to fight at the beginning of the next session. So see you all there. Have a great day. See you all next time.